Right, I'm back in the chair after the Mandarin gave me Friday off. To be honest, I think he thought I needed a day off after results on Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, what's a girl got to do? I got 3 winners across those first 2 days and 4 seconds. 4! The boss said, look at it this way, 50% of your picks came in the first 2. Yeah, right, think he was trying to make me feel better, but I'm in it to win it. And so are you, I guess, or you wouldn't be here. So, a good day's rest while the Mandarin picked up his pen, and here we go for Saturday's card. So, as usual, let's get a couple of the handicaps out of the way. I reckon the Constantine can go to Richard Spencer, who is triple-handed here, but it's 2 tribes that has got Ryan Moore aboard, so he's the yards number 1 in my book. He's fully out there after 20 career starts, but does seem to have notched things up a gear winning at Ascot and latest at Goodwood. And that last run in the Stewards Cup was especially impressive. 2 Tribes is coming out of stall 2, and that's proven to be the better end of the draw this week, so I think he'll improve on last year's 4th place in this race, where he finished with a flourish. Second, in this last year, Richard Fahey's Strike Red looks a danger, but 2 Tribes beat him at Goodwood last time out and can do so again. In the final handicap, obviously at the end of play on Saturday, I'm big on Mar Harbour Gaiath. Well, if you caught the podcasts just recently, you'd have heard me banging on about the Gaiath youngsters coming through, so I'm finding Mar Harbour Gaiath easy to back here. At the risk of repeating myself, which obviously I'm about to do, Gaiath was my horse of 2020, the best 10 furlong colt I've seen for many a year. So now Gaiath's progeny are on the scene, and I'm altogether pretty excited about that. In this case, not without some justification too, as he's only found 1 too good in his last 2 starts, and those were both decent contests over that 10 furlong trip that his sire excelled at. And I guess it won't be too long before Charlie Johnston chucks him in for some black type. John and Thady Gosden's West Ridge looks useful, winning the Chesterfield Cup handicap last time out at Goodwood, but he's carrying a bit more here under a penalty. So it's Mar Harbour Gaiath for me. It's been on the cards for a while, but the City of York Stakes has finally been upgraded to a Group 1, and I think Rosalian's taking this, so he's my Saturday nap. Simply the best miler of his generation, though could be considered a bit unlucky in his last 2 races, going down by small margins both times. He bumped into Harry Eustace's Ascot specialist Docklands in the Queen Anne at the Royal Do, going down by a nose, and then couldn't quite get past the pacemaker Kirat in the Sussex Stakes at Goodwood. Back in trip here, but trainer Richard Hannon and regular jockey Sean Levy will be desperate to notch up another Group 1 win on the yard's star miler. That said, you can't underestimate Andrew Balding's Never So Brave, who has made huge strides since the switch to this trainer after Sir Michael Stout's retirement at the end of last season. Up in grade to a Group 1 is Never So Brave, but with Oisin Murphy aboard should in no way be discounted. Kira is back too, so Rafe Beckett will be hoping for another big run, but Sean Levy and Richard Hannon will have worked out the fractions for this 7 furlong race, and these are my 3. Rosalian to win, Never So Brave to push him close. Nice forecast, I reckon. My next best is next up, in the Ebor. Now, Willie Mullins has been targeting these valuable handicaps on the flat for quite a while now, and pretty damn good he is at it too. So, I guess I've got the choice between Hip Hop de Loire and Ethical Diamond for the Ebor. And it's going to be a bit of loyalty here because I'm going with Ethical Diamond. We here at ULO were big on him for the Duke of Edinburgh at Ascot's Royal Do, and he didn't let us down, so I'm sticking with him for the Ebor. I know it's a new trip, well on the flat that is, but I guess that William Buick will drop him in and switch him off, making his move from about 4 furlongs out. Hip Hop de Loire was of course 5th in this last year, but did have some traffic to deal with, so is back for another stab, having been closing in fast at the finish last time. Almashir is my each-way pick for Carl Burke, if that's your thing, but Ethical Diamond has got my colours nailed on for this. Right, so getting things underway at York on Saturday is the Strensall Stakes. Well, I'm hot on Beaumark for this opener at York. I'm finding it easy to draw a line through his run in the French Derby, the Pre-Do Jockey Club, where he led until the 2-furlong pole, maybe not seeing out that trip, and it was a tough ask to take that classic from the front. But back in May, Beaumark was an easy front-running winner of a novice stakes here over a mile, and if he can repeat that form, every chance he can take this under the brilliant William Buick. It does look like King's Gambit is not at peak form just now, so I'm thinking that Ed Walker's Skukuza can be the big danger, though this Blue Point colt does have to give Beaumark £7 weight for age allowance, which can make a difference. Richard Hannon's King of Cities makes my 3, but yep, Beaumark to run them ragged from the front. Next up, in the Melrose, it's the Frankel colt Tarriance that I fancy, and he showed last time out at Sandown Park that he's got this trip in range, winning with a bit in hand. He's got a nice attitude, Tarriance, doesn't like to go down easily, so I'm reckoning that this is there for the taking, despite carrying top weight. There's a few of these on hat tricks, including the King's Golden Handshake, Charlie Johnston's Polestar, and Andrew Balding's second runner, Fantasy World. But for me, it's Tarriance they all have to aim at. Colin Keane's in the driving seat, and I'm expecting to see him in the winner's enclosure. Later on, in the Julia Graves Roses Stakes, Charlie Appleby has got the main 2 in this, Military Code and Silent Applause. And William Buick is going to take the ride on Military Code. I'm finding him easy to pick, and Thursday's Low the Stakes kind of backs that up with Stayer, a 3-length third in that Group 2, and just ahead in front of Military Code when they clashed in the Dragon Stakes at Sandown Park in July. I'm forgiving Military Code's run in the Molecombe at Goodwood when he was caught on the wrong side of the track to ever be a factor, but he's capable of winning this. Military Code to march to victory and put Silent Applause into line.